Hey, it's Maximo and welcome to Maximo's Travels. In this video, we'll be traveling from Nagoya to Nakatsugawa on a regional train. Once we get to Nakatsugawa, we'll go to the Tourist Information Center and get all the vital information we need to walk on the Nakasendo Trail the following day. We'll take a long trek to our hotel, then discover that we need to wait at least 2 hours before we can check in. We drop off our bags at the hotel and spend a couple of hours wandering around the quaint and ancient city of Nakatsugawa. Discover secret temples and wells, and buy sake at a local liquor store. We'll have a fabulous meal and a few drinks at a local Izakaya across the road from our hotel. Join us as we begin to explore Nakatsugawa and prepare to walk the Nakasendo Trail. We're heading to the station to catch our train to our next exciting destination. A little bit cooler today and quite cloudy and hazy. We enjoyed Nagoya. It's been a very nice city. We were heading towards the rugged mountainous interior of Honshu Island. Our destination was Nakatsugawa, and the primary purpose of our trip here was to walk the Nakasendo Trail. Nakatsugawa is about 85 kilometers northeast of Nagoya. The train ride is about an hour and 40 minutes. These are the JR platforms at Nagoya station. We were catching the sub-rapid train on the Chuo line at a cost of 1,340 yen per person, around about 14 Australian dollars. We got to platform 8, our designated platform, around about 15 minutes before our train was due to depart. I explored the station a little bit and was given the critical task of securing lunch and snacks for our train journey to Nakatsugawa. We ought to be riding on a regional train, and even though it was a sub-rapid, it still stopped at 17 different stations. Hello, Joe. You meet the strangest people.
That just talked all over us.
It did. He said, hello, Joe. You meet the strangest people at stations.
You do? And tell me what you bought here.
I've got some sweet crackers.
What's that a picture of?
A shrimp.
Or a lobster?
Yeah. Clearly for you, not for me. I have got some other chips for you though.
Since when do I want fish crackers?
Oh, I was under pressure. There was a million people there. You've got other chips. That's our next train, 12:22. So I've got about 10-12 minutes to go until our train arrives. It's starting to warm up. It's still a bit overcast and hazy, but we're looking forward to our couple-of-hour train trip until we reach our next destination.
At this station will soon arrive at track number 8. Please stand behind the yellow line. This train will usually depart for Nakatsugawa as a semi-rapid. This train will stop at Kanayama, Tsurumai, Chikusa, Ozone, Shin-Moriyama, Tachigawa, Hasugai, Jingyo, Kozoji, and Tajimi, and will stop at all stations after Tajimi.
Semi-rapid
Sub.
or sub-rapid.
It's not very fast.
That means
Stop talking.
after a certain point.
12時22分発区間快速中津川行きです。
Anyway,
あと2分ほどで発車です。長山、鶴舞、千草、大曽根、牛森山、勝川、春日井、神陽、高蔵寺。
it was quite interesting seeing all the different rural landscapes on our train journey from the large bustling metro urban area of Nagoya to the small regional city of Nakatsugawa with its population of around 77,000 people. Nakatsugawa is about halfway between Kyoto and Tokyo, and it was a very important post town on the Nakasendo Way, a historic route in Japan that once connected present-day Tokyo with Kyoto. There'll be much more details of the Nakasendo Trail in our next video. Time passed quickly and we soon arrived at Nakatsugawa station. We've arrived, Joe. The first port of call is to go to the Tourist Information Centre, which I can see in the distance over there. That's the bus stops, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the station building is just a little bit beyond it. The centre has lots of useful information on how to walk the Nakasendo Way, as well as time and bus timetables and their cost. And if you've got luggage, there's a very nice easy ramp to go down rather than steps. Very friendly lady at the Tourist Information Centre. Gives you all the information you need. And that is the bus waiting room. The city centre around the train station is a bit industrial, and I wouldn't describe it as pretty at all, but that is made up in spades by some of the charming streets in the old part of town. We were walking from the station to our hotel, the Odeyo on Nagatsugawa. Try saying that after you've had a few sakis. And as we kept walking away from the station, the landscape changed from urban grunge to more traditional Japanese style of architecture. The area is quite hilly, so it did take us longer to get to our hotel than we expected. The hotel was around 600 metres and a 15-minute walk away from the station. We kept walking past many different interesting shops. Oh, I see our hotel in the distance. And there it is. The On Hotel can be best described as a reasonably good quality, traditional Japanese business style hotel. I will do a detailed review of this hotel in a future upcoming video. My goodness. We arrived at the hotel shortly after 2 p.m, but couldn't check in until after 4 p.m. What? So we dropped off our bag securely with reception and went for a walk around the town. If you're enjoying this video, then hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you want to be notified of all my future videos, hit that notify bell. If you'd like to see more videos like this, then consider supporting my channel by buying me a coffee. The elevation of Nakatsugawa is around 300 meters, making it slightly cooler than Nagoya, and there's a number of rivers and streams running through the city. I'm not really sure what this building is, whether it's private houses, but there is a public toilet at the end of it. One thing about Japan, oodles of toilets. Nice little river, and there's still snow up on the hills. So this is a map of Nakatsugawa, and it appears that it is part of the Nakasendo Trail.
And our hotel is even on the road.
Yeah, it's actually on the road. Wow. So not only are we going to walk the Nakasendo Trail tomorrow, we're walking it today without even realising it. That's pretty good, isn't it, Joe?
Pretty neat.
Pretty neat. Very neat.
Looks like perfect weather for it too.
Yeah, not too hot, a little bit of cloud,
Not too cold.
not too cold, and certainly not raining. Well, let's hope not anyway. Fingers crossed. The old part of Nakatsugawa is really delightful. There's lots of old wooden buildings, small cafes and restaurants, small shops and bars that have probably been in the same family for generations. And it's amazing to think that this road was the main road between Kyoto and Edo, which is now Tokyo, since the Edo period in the 1600s. This road is called the Nakasendo Trail, one of 5 historic routes that connected modern-day Tokyo with Kyoto. It's a 534 kilometre or 332 mile path and features 69 post towns where travellers could find supplies, eat, sleep and rest. And Nakatsugawa is one of these original post towns. So the Nakasendo Way is famous for its road, and as you can see, it's bitumen with yellow and white stones throughout it to distinguish it from the other roads. And a lot of the old traditional wooden houses still remain. The Japanese certainly do their history and tourism very well. There were heaps of different signs and historical markers right throughout the town, and I was quite surprised that a lot of them were also in English. The water in the river was crystal clear, and you could tell we were close to the mountains by the amount of rocks and boulders by the river's edge. This very interesting pathway used to be a railway line. Interesting. Both Joe and I found it interesting and delightful that we were on part of the Nakasendo Trail and a part that we weren't expecting. It was fascinating to see how people lived in these traditional houses, and we went into some of the arts and craft shops scattered along this road. And whilst there were a few cars on this road, there weren't that many people, either locals or tourists, wandering along the road. And every now and again we'd stumble across something really interesting, such as a temple or a well.
It's going to take a lot to fill it up to flow over.
A lot.
I'm standing here all day doing it.
We did enjoy spending a couple of hours wandering around this area while waiting to check into our hotel. We even went into a bottle shop and bought some sake. This liquor store even had sake tasting, although we didn't partake in any, as it looked like there was already some locals in the small room that they held the sake tastings in. We did wander around here for a while and admired all the different sakes on display, as well as the Japanese whiskies. This store really had a wide selection of stuff available, and for what I could tell, the prices were quite reasonable as well. We made our selection, paid, and then headed towards our hotel. That was a very interesting shop, Joe. So many different gins, sakes, Japanese whiskies. We've made a random selection for later on. A very nice bag-shaped bottle too.
Bottle-shaped bag even?
Bottle-shaped bag, that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Still not quite time to check into our hotel yet, is it?
Yep.
4 p.m. is a late check-in. All right, we've had a bit of a walk through the town. Quite a charming town. It's about 10 minutes to go until we can check into our hotel. We're just sitting outside of the hotel, and it's got very convenient seats right at the front of the hotel. So just chilling out for a few minutes, and then we'll check in and get to relax a little bit before dinner. It's been a long day, it feels like.
Later that night.
We'd booked into an Izakaya, Kushimon, which is almost across the road from our hotel, which is just as well because I don't know why, but most of the restaurants were closed even though it was a Wednesday night. The restaurant was full, it was quite rowdy, and we were the only Westerners inside. We didn't quite know what to expect. So Joe, we've come to a Izakaya that specialises in deep fried foods. Kushi katsu. Yeah, and we've ordered. He's taken the chef came out and took care of my drive-through requirements. So it's funny, everything's all right now, aren't we?
No kushi katsu for you.
No, not at all. And
luckily they do some other things.
they do. So kushi katsu is basically breadcrumb and fried food on a stick, which is no good for me and not much chop for you, being a vegetarian. They do. So I've ordered some.
They'll breadcrumb and fry just about anything on a stick.
Yeah, I think they will. So I've ordered my meal with which is some sashimi and some baked chicken, and you've got a selection of vegetarian dishes, haven't you? All right.
Some edamame.
And edamame as well. It should be interesting. We were sitting at a long bar because they didn't have any tables available for us, but this provided an excellent vantage point of the chefs at work as well as the bar area. And it was really interesting to see the different dishes that we ordered being freshly prepared right in front of us. And there was a hell of a lot of fried food being prepared, that's for sure. And a mummy's arrived.
It's really cold, like just come out the freezer.
Really? Freezer. Are they nice? Salty. So your main meal has arrived?
It doesn't work like that. You have small meals here.
Right. I think you might need a little bit more than that, I would suggest.
Well, you would.
I definitely would. Itadakimasu. Right. Nice.
Fried avocado.
I've never had deep fried avocado, have you?
Yeah, I have actually.
Have you?
Not as lightly deep fried as this though.
Right, okay. Interesting. What have you got there, Joe? I've had a wee taste of that, and it's one of the most lemony things I've ever had in my life. You like it? Kampai.
Your plum wine's not quite as
Not certainly nowhere near as lemony.
it's not lemon, that's right.
Really nice. Nice. I don't know what that. It's sort of a fermented plum taste. It's sort of bitter and sweet at the same time. It's fantastic. So my chicken dish arrived. Unfortunately, the noodles contain wheat, so it was a bit of a fail in ordering. But I've got some rice and tofu, and I think Joe can probably score some of my noodles.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
The food, the service, the vibe and atmosphere at that Izakaya was absolutely fantastic. And I can highly recommend eating here if you're staying at the same hotel that we did. And speaking of the hotel, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. nightly, they have a free broth available. It's almost a small meal in itself, Not only do you get the broth, but you get rice and a whole load of different condiments to go with it. We were quite full, so we didn't partake in any, and we went to bed as we had a huge day planned for the following day. The next day, we had planned to walk the 7.8 kilometre path of the Nakasendo Trail between Magome and Sumago. Well, that was a plan, and unfortunately, plans don't always come to fruition. You could probably tell which one of us didn't make it that day. So find out what happened and join us next time as one of us walk the Nakasendo Way. And until then, you take care and bye for now.